In March 2019, Depp filed a lawsuit against Heard, his ex-wife, following an opinion post she wrote for The Washington Post in 2018 headlined, "I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change." In the article, she refers to herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. So after all this drama and years of emotional wear and tear, Johnny Depp was finally able to prove that he is innocent and that after all these years, the fans, the companies that fired him, and his colleagues and friends just misjudged him. They rushed and never stopped or made a pause to question what Amber Heard said and its veracity. If you want to know all the details of this controversial trial and shocking ending, stay to find out the details. In a strange trial that has captivated the interest of the entire world, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are pitted against each other. For many, it is the celebrity trial of the decade, with some even comparing it to the O.J. Simpson case. However, there is a lot of confusion around the issue, thanks to social media platforms that operate as lawyers and prosecutors, pitting those who defend Johnny Depp against his ex, a lying wife's monster, against those who defend Depp as a victim of gender violence without a trial. Both perspectives are incorrect, primarily because none of that is being judged, save from different defamation accusations. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp married in 2015, and Heard filed for divorce just 15 months later in May 2016. She accused the actor of assaulting her in the divorce proceedings, and a restraining order was issued. Heard asserted the following in her lawsuit: "I endured excessive emotional, verbal, and physical abuse from Johnny, which has included angry, hostile, humiliating, and threatening assaults to me whenever I questioned his authority or disagreed with him." Depp flatly denied it. Shortly after, Heard dropped the restraining order and signed a $1 million deal with Depp to start the reconciliation process. That's when the joint statement came. "Our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love," the pair said in a joint statement at the time. "Neither party has lied nor made false accusations for financial gain. There was never any attempt of physical or emotional harm." The divorce was finalized in January 2017. Even though everything appeared to have been left in another fairly bizarre Hollywood split fixed with a statement, the Me Too movement arrived. Amber Heard penned an article for The Washington Post in December 2018 describing herself as a public person representing domestic abuse. She also stated that she had lost a part and a contract with a fashion brand as a result of the accusation. Even though she did not mention Johnny Depp in the story, everyone knew she was talking about the abuse she alleged in her divorce restraining order request, which she later dropped. I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse. After a year of uncertainty surrounding the Pirates of the Caribbean brand, Disney would have opted no longer to be one of those institutions and removed Johnny Depp from the franchise in December 2019. And he revealed that Margot Robbie would take over the franchise, injecting new life, and of course, a female character, which would be seen as feminist. Nevertheless, Heard's defense has emphasized in the initial days of the trial that Depp was fired from Disney for persistent misbehavior, as evidenced by a document that compiles multiple complaints against the actor but does not contain the piece published by Heard in The Washington Post. After settling the initial complaint of abuse, Depp filed a defamation action in March 2020 in response to the scenario created by the December 18, 2019 story. By classifying the charges as demonstrably false, Johnny Depp requested his ex-wife for $50 million. In this case, he also accused her of doing it to enhance her career by portraying herself as a victim. Finally, he admitted that she was the perpetrator. This is the first time Depp accused Heard of abuse, although in a veiled manner. In addition, when claiming in the first application of the lawsuit what he had lost by ceasing to be Jack Sparrow, the actor specifically mentioned Disney. In July of that same year, the claim was admitted. On September 2nd, the actress filed a countersuit for $100 million, essentially alleging the same thing as Depp, but in reverse: that it was she who had lost employment and money, and that the actor was behind a smear campaign and social media pressure to get her dismissed from the Aquaman series, amongst other things. Lawyers for Ms. Heard instead claimed the actress had endured emotional, verbal, and physical harassment at the hands of Mr. Depp. Although the former couple would have to wait over 2 years for the trial in both claims, they had a previous one with third parties just a few days later. In September 2020, both had to face each other in a London courtroom, where the actor was accused of being a wife-beater by the Sun newspaper. Depp's lawsuit against the publication was dismissed. The punishment was substantially true, according to the judge. Although this comment can be interpreted as a defense of freedom of expression and the credence that can and should be given to Heard's charges, the trial did not establish that Heard was subjected to such mistreatment, simply that it was not unreasonable for a newspaper to say so. Johnny Depp and his lawyer said they would challenge the perplexing decision. However, as a result of this decision, Warner joined Disney and decided not to cast Johnny Depp as Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts franchise. After all, if this trial has taught us anything, it's that Heard's allegations are difficult for Depp's defense to dispute. Apart from the altercation with his son and the restraining order that Heard withdrew shortly after her divorce case, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have only begun recently to confront each other in court. In the United States, specifically in the state of Virginia, the actor's lawsuit and the actress's counterclaim are pitted against one another in a defamation trial that will consider domestic abuse and mistreatment as separate issues from defamation, with implications for both parties' public image and income. We clarify, in case we still have to, that it's not a domestic violence trial, or in which penalties are requested for it, nor restraining orders, but a trial to settle who has defamed who, and calculate the economic amount that one owes the other for it. In that sense, and perhaps to reduce the tension, Amber Heard announced her disconnection from Instagram with a conciliatory message before the trial, in which she recalled that everything starts, plain and simple, from a sentence in her Washington Post article. "I'm going to go offline for the next several weeks. As you may know, I'll be in Virginia where I face my ex-husband Johnny Depp in court," Heard noted. "Johnny is suing me for an op-ed I wrote in the Washington Post, in which I recounted my experience of violence and domestic abuse. I never named him, rather I wrote about the price women pay for speaking out against men in power." The actress continued the statement, writing that she has always maintained a love for Johnny and that living out the details of their former life together in the public eye brings her great pain. "At this time, I recognize the ongoing support I've been fortunate to receive throughout these years, and in these coming weeks, I will be leaning on it more than ever," she concluded. The trial began on April 11, 2022 in Fairfax County, Virginia. It was expected to last around 6 weeks. Elon Musk, who had a brief relationship with Heard following their separation, and James Franco were two of the most anticipated testimonies of the trial. Before they split up, surveillance cameras caught both of them in the elevator of Heard and Depp's apartment. That is, each testified in court to explain the context of that coexistence, which was meant to show that Heard was unfaithful to Depp throughout the relationship, not just with one individual. Also, beyond the nature of both relationships, it was required to assess how healthy or committed the couple's marriage was. In summary, a carnival of curiosity and celebrity intimacies that the viewers regard as the genuine highlights of the trial. However, although the battle was hard, Johnny Depp also showed with his face held high that all the information and what he said during all these last years could be verified with recordings, photos, and videos. Unlike Amber, whose material was scarce. Everything was based on her testimony. We leave in your hands the last words of this dramatic trial, the trial of the century as some have called it, due to the amount of media attention it's received. Tell us what you think and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you continue to stay informed of all the new news from your favorite celebrities. See you in the next video.